about the hurdles and pitfalls of network marketing. You know, there are common mistakes that people make, and we're going to talk about them tonight. So if you have somebody that you think is maybe in your team or in your company and you know this is something they should be listening to, then go ahead and hit the share button so that they can jump on as well while we go through this live training. So let's go ahead, we'll get things kicked off and jump right into things. So my husband and I have been in network marketing for a number of years. I actually started in the profession, goodness, I think we were 18, 19 years old. It was a long time ago. So I have 10 things that I have seen over the last, 10, 15 years we've been in this profession. We've worked with thousands and thousands of people, and there's common mistakes that people make in network marketing. So we're going to talk about them so that you can avoid them, and you can also be watching for them in your team. The first thing is that I've seen, and I'm sure you've seen this as well, is when people get into a company, they get going, they're super excited, they're super passionate, and what do? The one thing that nobody wants them to do, they chase their friends. And this is like what everyone doesn't want to be a part of network marketing for, right? They don't want to be something where they either A, have to chase their friends, or B, they're getting chased. So guys, one of the things that I like to do is I like to start by making my list of connections. And I like to identify who are the top people on my list. What qualifies the top person? Somebody that I think is potentially business-minded. Somebody that I think, hey, if we share this with them and they like what they see, they would probably have the money to get started. Okay, a couple key components. And, you know, we have a couple of different professions that are great. Self-employed people are great, teachers, coaches, people in that area. So those are the type of things that we're looking for. So what I typically like to do is I like to reach out, whether it's, I usually am a caller. I mean, that's what I do. I like to call, but let's say I have somebody and they're more comfortable with Facebook or they're more comfortable with texting. Definitely have them connect up with that person. Here's what we like to do. We like to offer them the opportunity. We treat it like a buffet. If they like what they see, wonderful. If they don't like what they see, wonderful. Either way, they can take what they like, leave what they don't like, okay? So we like to just kind of lay it all there on the table and share it with them. What I see, the opposite of that happening is I see a lot of times people that literally they chase their friends. They're like, they have a product or service, they're very excited about it, and every time they're around their friends, they're like, hey, let me tell you about this, hey! Like they almost are like, I don't know, the Energizer Bunny. They're like, oh, here I am again. So just don't let that be you. You know, if you have something, just be a professional. Say, hey, listen, I got something, I'd love to share this with you. When can we get together? And that's it. And just get your people that you know in front of 100% of the information and let them make an educated decision whether they want to be a business partner, whether they want to be somebody that's using your product or service, whatever the case may be. But you share it, you lay it all on the table, and if it's for them, great. And if it's not for them, you are done. You're not bringing it up anymore, okay? So that's tip number one. Tip number two is that people fail to get appointments, okay? Kind of along those same lines is somebody has a product, and every time they're around their friends, they're like, oh, let me tell you about this. Oh, let me tell you about that. And they go on and on and on about their product or service, but they never actually give their potential prospects the opportunity to sign up. Now you say, Summer, what are you talking about? Of course, if I'm talking to them, I want them to have the opportunity to sign up. Yeah, but your prospect doesn't know how. Okay? If you've ever been one of those people or you've been around people where they talk, but they never actually get an appointment or they never actually get their prospect 100% of the information, the prospect doesn't know how to sign up. They're going to be like, hey, please put me down as a customer. Or, hey, please, I want to sign up for your business. They don't know. There's no spot for them to sign. So make it easier for them. Definitely, you know, set a time to meet with them. Again, it kind of comes back to the first one. You know, you reach out, you get in contact with those people, and you share, hey, I got something I want to share with you. When can we get together? And you just share it all with them versus talky about your product or service, but never actually getting them in front of 100% of the info. Okay? So that's number two. Number three is, we like to call it drive-by signings, okay? Y'all heard of drive-by shootings, okay? I'm sorry, but we do have casualties in our profession, and we call them drive-by signings. That is basically where somebody enrolls their brand new person, they join in the business with you, they're super pumped and excited, and, you know, whoever enrolled them, like, whoop, they're out of there. They're like, yeah, I got my new person, and they are out the door, okay? So let me explain our philosophy. For us, when I share this with people, I share. I could care less the outcome. They can sign or they cannot sign. Because in my opinion, the relationship really starts when they sign. okay? So if somebody joins me in business and we are, I'm working directly with them, then for me, the most important thing is not them signing. It's what happens after they sign, which means you got to launch your people. You have got to launch your people. If you are in a company and you have a system for success, you got to plug into that system. Whatever it is that it is, you have to make sure that when that new person gets started, you are getting with them. We have something that we've been using for the last couple of years. It's been very successful for us. We call it the success cycle. It's a 5-step system of what we do. We start by sitting down with them, making their list of connections. Okay? We help them contact the people on the list. We help them show the plan. We help them follow up. And number 5 is repeat steps 1 through 4, enroll them, and plug that new person into the system. And that's been the thing that we've done all the way to the top in our company. So definitely no drive-by signings, okay? Make sure if you sign someone up, you're going to launch your new people. So, okay, number 4. One of the things I see people do is I see them talk more than they listen, okay? I will admit, I used to do this a lot. I remember when I first got started in network marketing, I used to be so nervous when I would do a presentation, or I would be, nervous about doing a one-on-one, and I feel like, oh, I have everything ready. I'm ready. Okay, I shall present. And honestly, that's so the opposite of what we really need to do. I don't know if you've ever noticed, but the people that feel the most connected to you are the ones when they get to talk the most. Not you, right? They get to talk the most. So listen more than we talk. Obviously, we're there. We want to share our info. We want to share what's going on and what it is what we're doing, but be sensitive to what that person needs. Sometimes they may need a friend. Sometimes they may need your product or your service, but the more you're sensitive to them and what they're looking for and how you can be the person that helps them solve their problems, the better results I promise you're going to get. Okay, so number 5 is sometimes, here's one of the mistakes I see people make, is they do not put their upline support leader to work, okay? So remember, in whatever business it is that you're in, whoever is above you probably maybe has a little bit more success than you. Maybe they're a little more tenured in the business. They probably know what they're doing. And what I see a lot of times people do is they just charge and they pioneer into the unknown of whatever it is that they're doing, and they don't put their leaders to work. They don't put their leaders to work. I don't know about you. If you have a team of people in your organization and one of them called you and said, hey, I need help showing the plan, or hey, I want to host an event in my house and I really need your help, I'm sure you would be delighted that they're calling you. Well, the leaders that are above you are probably thinking the same thing. So definitely put your team to work. Put your support system to work, whether they need to physically be there with you or whether you're dialing and blowing up their phone for 3-way calls, you're dialing them in, you're FaceTiming with them, you're doing different things so that you can help use their expertise to, close up whatever it is that you're working on. Guys, if you are listening right now, we're about halfway through. So if you have people in your organization or people in your company and you think this might be beneficial to them, go ahead and hit the share so that we can get more people viewing in and we can help more people improve their businesses. So let's go to the next one. Number 6 of common mistakes I see people make is that they make their list one time. Okay? This is actually really, really big. We have been doing this for a long time, and let me tell you, I have made my list. I have sat down with my phone. I have gone through my Facebook. I have gone through whatever it is that I have lists on, and I have made my list hundreds of times, literally hundreds of times, okay? Now, what does that look like? I basically have my notepad out, I am ready to go, and I just start doing a brainstorm of who are the people that I have that I need to connect with, who are the people that I have that maybe I haven't followed up with, and it's time to circle back around with them. It's been 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years. Guys, we have people we have been dripping on for 3.5 years. And you know what? That's okay. So remake your list. Professionals always remake their list. They're always adding to their list. They always have more people that they are going to get this in front of. Number 7, common pitfalls I see people make is they don't set a goal. They don't identify their why. Those are 2 different things. Setting a goal, we like to set monthly goals. We like to set weekly goals. In what we do, we have a weekly closeout. Every single week is closeout. Why do we do that? I don't know how your company is set up, but in ours, if you close out every single week, you get paid every single week. And getting paid every week is always a good thing. So people sometimes, they don't set goals.
They don't set goals for what they want out of this whole deal, whether it's a monthly goal, whether it's a weekly goal, whether it's, they just want to improve. This is a big thing that I see sometimes is that somebody might be here and their next rank or level in the business it's like way up here. Like there's a big difference, but they don't even set a goal for anything. So if you are maybe in that position yourself, or you know somebody in your team that is, set a goal for something. Hey, I'm here. I know my next rank that I want to hit is up here, but I'm going to put a goal for here. Maybe it's halfway between the two. And you know what? There's nothing better than improving. When you see improvement taking place in your business, when you see growth taking place in your business, when you see progress, that's all people are looking for. They're looking for progressing forward. They're looking for kind of pushing the envelope for going to the next level. So definitely set a goal and identify your why. Anybody that's listening in knows that the winds of life may come, right? This isn't easy. It's not all, everybody says yes. That's just not how it works. It's very simple, but it isn't easy, right? It takes some tenacity. It takes some mental power, right? And so identifying your why is so very powerful. And I see a lot of people, they sign up and they get excited and they don't really think about what's going to be their anchor. Because when the storms of life come, if you don't have something holding you down, it's easy to get blown away. And I know that for us personally, we have a big vision for what we want to see happen in our lives. We have a big goal. And so our anchor is very, very strong. But when you see people and they just kind of they get it on a whim and they just, they kind of go through and then one friend says, boo, and then they're gone. They're out of there. So definitely anchor yourself. Help your team anchor themselves. Because when you can hold your team accountable to their own goals, their own dreams, say, oh, you're not coming to that big convention, huh? Is it really that important that you bring your wife home from her job? Is that really that important to you, or maybe not so much anymore? Remind them in a nice way, but remind them of what they want out of this whole deal. So number 8 is that sometimes a big hurdle, big pitfall we see people do is that they're not consistent. I know this is very simple, it's very basic, but to be honest with you, it is just the God's honest truth, is that people think that they're going to talk to 5 people one week and all of a sudden be at the top of their company. No, it takes consistency. It takes day in, day out, week in, week out. So I'll tell you what we have done that's helped us immensely. Okay, so definitely being consistent. Consistency is so very big. So one of the things that I have done is I'll set goals for myself. Is like, hey, whether I want to make a goal that I'm going to share with 2 people that day, or 5 people that day, or 10 people that day, whatever it is, I'm going to be consistent over and over, almost to the point where it's just downright boring. Like, I don't want to go to bed until I've contacted however many people was my personal goal that I want to do. And that's all based on you. Some people want to do this super fast. Some people have a lot of other stuff going on in their life. Whatever the case is for you, to thy own self be true. Okay? Be consistent with what you want out of your life. And be consistent with your goals. If your goal is here, but your productivity is here, there's a disconnect, right? We got to get this aligned somewhere. Okay, so be consistent and follow up. Number 9 is when you're going through something or you see somebody in your team going through something, one of the things I've seen people do is people have a tendency to isolate themselves and not seek wise counsel, right? Seeking wise counsel is one of the very best things that you can do. If you have an issue, you're struggling with how to talk to people, you're struggling with where your business is at, you're struggling with, you're not seeing the results fast enough, seek wise counsel. So who is wise counsel? Wise counsel is your upline. It's your leadership. It's the people that have gone before you. Get with them and say, hey, listen, I got something. It's really heavy on my heart. Love to sit down. When will we have a couple of minutes to talk? And seek wise counsel from them. Again, right place, right time. So not at like a event where you're sharing your business. Not a good time to talk about it. But if you call them, you say, hey, listen, can I get a couple minutes? I got something I really like to share and talk to you about. And it's heavy on my heart. I promise you, they will drop everything so that they can help get you reoriented with what you need to do. And let me tell you, one of my big pet peeves is when I see a leader who sees somebody in their team that's struggling and that person is like banging their head against the wall, like they're doing the same thing over and over and getting terrible results. And they're like, keep it up. You can do it. I'm like, don't say that. Because clearly, if we're getting bad results, we are doing something to give us those bad results, right? Like maybe we can change something over here to get the results that we want. So I'm a firm believer that if you have an issue, don't continue to bang your head up against the wall. Identify what the problem is by seeking wise counsel and make the necessary changes so that we can proceed and move forward. So next one, commitment number 10, and this is our last one, guys. 10 of 10. Commit to the duration. You know, you have seen it, I have seen it. Common mistake network marketers make is that they get in and they expect in a month, 3 months, 5 months, a year, that they're going to be some superstar condo commando making millions of dollars every 5 seconds. Right? Have you seen this? Okay, because I've seen this. And first of all, number one, that's not true. This is not a get-rich-quick anything. This is a get-rich and be consistent, and you know what? You'll get there. And your business is going to grow, and you're going to help thousands of people along the way. So commit to the duration. I know that, you know, this is a 3 to 5 year plan. And what's going to happen in the next 3 to 5 years? Well, it's going to pass anyways, right? 3 to 5 years are going to come and go no matter what. As long as we're still here, God willing, 3 to 5 years are going to pass no matter what. So what are we going to do in that time period? What are we going to do today to change our life and our family's lives for the future? If we think, if we're going to give it like a good 3 months or a good 6 months or a good however many times, that's not this plan. You signed up for the wrong plan. The plan is do your time, put in your 3 to 5 years, get to the top, and live financially free and help a lot of people along the way with you. So those are my 10 common mistakes I see people make, and hopefully some good, positive, sound advice on what you can do so that you don't make them in your life. And if you have team members that are making them as well, you can share this video, have them watch it, but help guide them and correct them so that they can go where they truly want to go. Because there's nothing worse than a leader that doesn't speak truth over someone's life. They see them continually making mistakes, but they don't help them get on the right path. So I know you guys are amazing. Thank you all so much for joining in. Thank you all for the incredible comments. I am so, I'm blessed by all the love you guys show me. It's really, really sweet. So take care. Be blessed. If you like this or it added value to you, definitely share it with a friend. Share it with a friend, put a like up on there, and I'd love to hear your story. I know that we're all going to the top together, and I look forward to hearing all the incredible things that are happening in your life. So take care, be blessed, and we will talk soon.